8 strange things that can happen when you sleep. The human brain is so complex that we've never been 100% sure we understand everything about it. Even when they think they have the answer to something, researchers are still cautious about their findings. And this fact especially applies to the mystery that is the sleeping brain. Sure, we have a measured understanding of sleep cycles thanks to fMRI scans, but we still don't know why certain things happen. And when it comes to sleep syndromes and phenomena, the mystery deepens precisely because there are no set answers for why the sleeping brain works when it's healthy. Before we begin this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more daily tips like this and turn on notifications so you never miss our new videos. Now, here are 8 mysterious sleep-related phenomena, some of which you probably didn't know about. Number 1. Hypnagogic jerk. Hypnagogic jerk, also known as hypnic jerk, sleep start, sleep twitch, night start, or myoclonic jerk, occurs when a person's body twitches as they begin to fall asleep. Before you start dreaming, your body is usually paralyzed, so it doesn't act out the dream. But on some occasions, you might start dreaming before your body is fully unplugged. During a hypnagogic jerk, your body might react to a sudden movement, like falling or tripping. Like with anything involving the complexities of the brain, researchers aren't sure why this happens. Number 2. Sleep paralysis. For centuries, cultures around the world have tried to explain this phenomenon using supernatural answers. Basically, it happens when the mind wakes up during REM sleep, when the body is at its most relaxed, to the point of being paralyzed. But researchers only know when it happens, not why. Today, it's believed that 1 in 4 people will experience sleep paralysis. Symptoms include breathlessness, inability to move or speak, a sense of dread, and in some cases, hallucinations. Sleep paralysis can be extremely frightening, and it occurs when someone is temporarily unable to speak or move when they wake up. Scientists suggest that sleep paralysis occurs when a person is passing through the stages of being awake and being asleep. When some people experience sleep paralysis, they may feel pressure on their chest or even a sense of choking. It can occur when someone is falling asleep or just as they are waking up. There are many different factors that may be linked to sleep paralysis. These factors include a lack of sleep, certain mental conditions, the use of certain medications, substance abuse, and more. If you experience sleep paralysis, you should speak to your doctor to get to the root of the issue and find out what is causing your sleep paralysis. Your doctor may recommend adjusting your sleep schedule while asking specific questions about your health to rule out the possibility of any other sleep conditions. Number 3. Sleepwalking. This disorder involves waking up in the middle of the night and doing all sorts of activities. It's a terrifying affliction because the person doesn't remember that they did it, and in some cases, they can hurt themselves. The causes of sleepwalking are a mystery. You're more propense to be a sleepwalker if it runs in your family, but researchers still don't understand how or why it originates in the brain. Have you experienced any of these strange sleep-related phenomena? Keep watching for some even more strange things that can happen to us while we're asleep. Number 4. Sleep talking. Also known as somniloquy, this is a disorder where a sleeping person talks. The things they say can range from mumbling to shouting to long and complicated rants. Like with most sleep disorders, we know when it happens during the sleep cycle, but we still don't understand what triggers it, other than hereditary reasons. Number 5. Nocturnal sleep-related eating disorder, NSRED. Also known as sleep eating, this is a type of sleepwalking that's closely tied to a person's conscious wants and desires for food. It's considered to be both a sleep disorder and eating disorder because the person is fulfilling a desire they suppress while they're awake. Like with sleepwalking, the person doesn't realize they're eating and they can't remember any of it the next day. Nocturnal sleep-related eating disorder is similar to other sleeping disorders, such as restless leg syndrome or even sleepwalking. This sleep disorder most often begins in a person's 30s and can be caused by anxiety or extreme stress, although scientists are still unable to determine the underlying causes. Sleep clinics, which have studied this disorder, state that this nighttime eating usually occurs during delta sleep, which is a deep sleep which occurs right before REM sleep begins. Number 6. Night terror. The difference between a night terror and a nightmare is that a night terror involves specific actions. Night terrors involve screaming, panic, sleepwalking, and thrashing around on the bed. Like most sleep disorders, it's believed to be congenital. However, no one understands why it happens other than the fact that it gets inherited and it's mostly children who experience it. There are many different symptoms associated with night terrors. In children, common symptoms include shouting, quickened heartbeat and breathing, thrashing, sweating, and more. Night terrors occur while a person is in a deep sleep. The person experiencing the night terrors does not usually have any memory of the night terror the next day. Night terrors are not dreams, but are rather a sudden reaction to a person's experiences as he or she transitions from one stage of sleep to another stage of sleep. Night sweats typically occur roughly 2 to 3 hours after a person has fallen asleep. This is when sleep moves from non-REM sleep to lighter REM sleep. This transition from non-REM sleep to lighter REM sleep is usually a smooth transition. However, in cases where a person experiences night terrors, he or she can become extremely frightened during this transition, resulting in night terrors. Night terrors occur in only about 3 to 6% of children. Things that can cause night terrors include stress, not enough sleep, adapting to a new sleep environment, certain medications, and more. Although there is no treatment for night terrors, there are certain things parents can do to try to prevent them. This includes reducing a child's stress, creating a relaxing bedtime routine, ensuring a child is getting enough rest, and more. Although adults can experience night terrors, they are more common in children. If you or your child begins to experience night terrors, speak to your doctor to find out what may be causing the night terrors and what you can do to prevent them. Number 7. Exploding head syndrome. This painless syndrome involves a person hearing an explosive noise before they fall asleep. It can sometimes feel like an explosion is taking place inside the person's head. It's considered a type of sleep disorder and an unusual type of hallucination that happens to people who are in between being asleep and awake. The causes are unknown. Scientists are unsure what causes exploding head syndrome, although some suggest that it is possible that it's associated with minor temporal lobe seizures. Some scientists also theorize that exploding head syndrome may be caused by shifts of middle ear components. Other causes of exploding head syndrome include stress or anxiety. When a person experiences an attack, they do not feel any pain, but may experience shortness of breath due to their increased heart rate. Some people also state that they see flashes of bright light during an episode. Exploding head syndrome most commonly affects people over the age of 50. Number 8. Out-of-body experience, OBE. While this isn't a sleep disorder, it's still interesting to note. An OBE involves the feeling of floating or observing one's body from the outside. Out-of-body experiences are unrelated to sleep disorders. Researchers classify it as a dissociative experience with a psychological and neurological cause. It has nothing to do with the spirit leaving the body, and it's most likely due to a temporary brain malfunction, Hines, 2003. The human body is a mysterious and often puzzling thing. Sometimes our bodies do things that we just can't explain. And when we're sleeping, we're in our most vulnerable states. There are all sorts of odd things that our bodies can do while we're sleeping. Some of these things can be explained, while others, not so much. From sleepwalking to sleep talking, to out-of-body experiences and everything in between, there is quite an air of mystery about what is going on in our brains when we are sleeping. It can be a little bit terrifying and even creepy to think about, but as modern technology and medicine evolves, maybe we'll be able to get some answers to these questions. If you notice that your sleeping patterns have changed, or that you have developed a sleeping disorder but are not sure what is causing it, speak to your doctor. Try to reduce the amount of caffeine you drink, and make sure that you are getting adequate rest every night. Remember, our bodies need rest. Sleep rejuvenates us and helps us recover after a long day. If you notice any strange changes to your sleep cycle, speak to your doctor about what you can do to get it back on track. What strange things have you done while you were asleep? Let us know in the comment section below. Enjoyed this video? Hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.